slope-intercept form. These are the notes. Oh my. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that person. That is a cute picture, but
thanks.
we're gonna move on. Okay. All right. So we're going to do some.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Sorry.
You're totally fine.
It's pointing at the potato. Sorry.
We're going to suppose packs of tulips are $2 per bulb. It costs an additional $2 to ship the tulips. So let's look at this scenario here. One of these things I'm going to pay for over and over again, depending on how many I purchase. One of them I'm going to pay one time. Which is which?
$2
Yep, so this is the repeating fee.
Have we already done this?
Well, kind of, but we didn't use the words slope and y-intercept when we did it. So before we were creating the equations, but we weren't taking it to this level. Now we're taking it a step further. Okay? So then my one-time fee, the $2 over here, is my y-intercept. So we're going to use this slope formula again. Y equals mx plus b. What would my equation be based on this scenario of the tulip sales? Maddie?
Y equals 2x plus 2.
Yep. And then a couple people on the quiz forgot this x here. Don't forget the x after the slope. Remember, this is an ordered pair on the line, so you have to have the x and y to make an ordered pair. So I'm going to write my slope as an improper fraction so I don't forget the run part, and my y-intercept as an ordered pair. And now I'm going to give all of the details about this graph so that I can actually plot the information. So this is number of tulip packs. And then my y-axis is going to represent the total cost that I'm spending. Then we're going to take our blue colored pencil and we're going to graph this line, which I know the majority of you can do because you guys, this was the best part of the quiz last week, was taking the slope-intercept form and graphing it. So my y-intercept is 0, 2. I'm going to go up 2 over 1. Rise 2, run 1. Rise 2, run 1. Check on your neighbor, make sure they got theirs right. Help them out. Okay, the other half of this page. Assume the shipping price increased to $5 because of the high demand of tulips. Write a new equation, still in slope-intercept form, or y equals the total cost of x number of tulips you want to purchase. So what changed? Did our price of the repeating fee change or our one-time fee change? One-time fee. So above this, write one-time fee, which remember is our y-intercept. Everything else is the same, but they had to up their shipping costs because everybody wants tulips. So what's my equation going to be? Maggie?
So y equals 2x plus 7.
It didn't go up $5 more, it increased to $5.
Oh,
So it's just going to be
plus 5.
plus 5. Yep. If it said it increased by $5 or increased $5, then yes, 7 would have been accurate for the y-intercept. So my y-intercept is, or excuse me, my slope is still 2/1, but now my y-intercept is 0.5. I'm going to use my green colored pencil for this one. So I plot my y-intercept at this 0.5 because that's my one-time fee. And then it's $2. Still the price for each pack of tulips. What do you notice about this graph? What are some things that you can observe from this graph? They're supposed to be the same steepness. Maybe mine doesn't look that way because I'm not a robot, but they're supposed to have the same steepness, which makes these two lines what? They're parallel. Are they ever going to intersect?
No.
How do we know they have the same steepness? What about their equation is the same?
The slope.
The slope is the same. What else do we notice? What else do you observe? Carmen, are you observing something or stretching?
Stretching.
Okay. Any other observations? I had a student say last class period, well, you could only plot 3 points for the green one and 4 for the blue. Why is that?
Because the green is more expensive.
Hmm?
The green is more expensive than the brown is not. I mean, the brown.
Well, the green starts out more expensive, right? So
Yes.
I can only show so much because it's that much more expensive to ship it. Okay, so let's do some more analyzing over here. The y-intercepts of the lines are they the same or different? The y-intercepts. So they are different, right? Why are they different?
Because they have a different y-intercept. One's 1, 0, 2, and 0, 5.
Yeah, what changed in this scenario?
Shipping.
Yep. The one-time shipping fee is different. It changed, right? Ladies okay over there?
Yeah, I just heard an elephant. Like, I heard an elephant. It's the one from Spain.
Okay, what?
I swear, there's an elephant noise. I don't know. Let's start singing.
Okay, we kind of talked about this already. We noticed that the slopes are the same. Because the repeating cost did not change. Right? So that green and blue should look like they're the identical slope, just in different places. Now, I know some of you said green was steeper just because it was maybe above visually, but that doesn't make it steeper. It just makes it in a different location. We're going to have one where you can visibly see that it's steeper line. The two lines are parallel. Because the slopes are the same. Okay, let's pretend that the shipping cost decreased. Let's pretend they had a free shipping day. What would have happened to the green line?
It would have gone. Oh.
Yeah, it would have been below the blue line. Would the slope change?
No.
No. Only so like this is what it would have looked like. If all of a sudden, so we have this green line now, and all of a sudden the shipping is free for a day, your green line just would have been right here. Right? So it's still parallel. It just shifted below because now you don't have that one-time fee to start out your order. All right? The green line would shift below the blue line. But it would still be parallel. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
But you're the one turned around looking at her, so.
not true. So, she's looking at me. She sounds like an elephant. Like, I hear an elephant in my ear. Like, someone is talking like an elephant. It's distracting me. That's not me.
I'm kind of concerned for you. Okay, turn the page. Now we have a bowling scenario, right? $2 per game plus $1 for shoe rental per person. What is my repeating fee?
$2 per game.
Yeah, the $2 per game. And then you only pay for your shoe rental once, right? You don't have to go up in between games and repay for that. This is our one-time fee. What will be my equation for this scenario? So,
Y equals 2x.
perfect. So then my slope is 2 over 1. My y-intercept is 0, 1. And then we'll label our graph again. If you recall, your input affects your output. So whatever your x value is, how many games you play will affect how much your total cost is while you're at the bowling alley. Bowling isn't very expensive. You know what is expensive? The food at the bowling alley. That's expensive. Try to get some tater tots, like $14. Just want some tater tots. You guys ever gotten tater tots at the bowling alley? They're delicious, but they're $14.
Really?
Yeah, they're pretty good. I do like Topgolf as well. And you're right, their food is quite expensive. Okay, so let's go ahead and use our blue colored pencil again to graph this line. My y-intercept is 1, so that's why I have it right here, 0, 1. Raise 2, run 1. Okay, assume the price per game is increased to $3 because it's winter and a lot more people are bowling. Socially distanced, of course. Clearly I wrote this last year, socially distanced. Shoe rental is still $1. Write a new equation in slope-intercept form. Maggie.
Is it m equals 3x plus 1?
Y equals 3x plus 1, because this 3 is our repeating fee that changed this time. Right? So my m is 3 over 1. My y-intercept is still 0, 1. I'm going to use my green colored pencil to plot this. So I'm still starting at 0, 1. Now it looks kind of brownish, blackish right here because the green and the blue. And I go up 3 over 1. Now hopefully you can see how one line is clearly steeper than the other, right? So above doesn't mean steeper. Closer to vertical means steeper. So the first question on part G says, what do you notice about the two lines you graphed? The y-intercepts of the lines, what? They're the same, right? Because the one-time shoe rental fee is this did not change. All right, what about the slopes? What do you notice about the slopes? They're different because the green is closer to vertical because
price per game.
Yeah, the slope is a higher value. The price per game increased. Okay, the slopes of the lines are different. Because the repeating fee increased. The green line is steeper, right? Closer to vertical. And this, Maddie, right here, the two lines, this is where we would say they intersect because they have the same line, because the slopes are different. They just happen to intersect at the y-axis. What if the price had decreased? What if they had like a super weekend and all games were just $1? What would have happened to that green line?
It would have been lower.
Okay, I know you guys are thinking it, but I don't know if the right word is being used. So does the y-intercept change? Did the shoe rental change? No, but what did you say, Mia? The blue line is now going to be steeper, and the green line is going to be flatter, if that is a word we can use today, right? So if all of a sudden the price of the games was $1, here would be my green line. So it's going to be less steep, flatter, right, than the blue line. So the green line would be less steep. Further away from vertical, we could say that. Yeah, closer to horizontal, we could say that. Because it's going to be coming closer to that x-axis. All right, great job today.